Hey YouTube, welcome to my channel. Jazz Dwayne here. Today's date is July the 9th, 2020. In today's video, I just want to say to everybody happy belated 4th of July. I know it's late already. I just wanted to, spend my time outside of YouTube, so I can get a little bit of fresh air. And I just wanted to tell you guys how was my 4th of July weekend. Well, my 4th of July weekend was okay. I wasn't feeling well that day and I had a stomach ache, so I decided to stay home, and my family and friends, they was having mad fun, and I stood home because I was trying to get pictures and recording of the fireworks, and it didn't really work the way that I really wanted to work because the mosquitoes was biting all over me and regular flies was flying out over my head and fireflies was flying around me too. So it was very annoying, and very frustrating, trying to get the footage of fireworks. And Rochester actually canceled their firework display due to, the virus that's going around in this entire country. I think it's their second time actually canceling fireworks, because every single year on New Year's we have fireworks, and now this year, we don't have it either. I think everything is, virtual this year due to, the virus. So I was trying to record fireworks, for you guys to see, and I really didn't really get the footage because the mosquitoes was biting out over me. And this was like 8 o'clock at night, almost 9 o'clock at night, so I couldn't really get the footage, and it really frustrated me. But I had an okay day, but I wasn't feeling well that day. And my cousin brought me some ribs and potato salad and macaroni and cheese and hot dogs and stuff for me to eat, and I was content. But most of the time on Independence Day, I always be with my family in Syracuse, every single year, having fun and celebrating with my loved ones, especially on that special day. And I feel like, this 4th of July to me was a little bit lukewarm. It wasn't the way that I thought it would have been, but I had an okay weekend. And then the next day I did a little mini road trip. I went to Hamlin. I went back home to check my mail to see if I have any goodies, and I did. And I go home probably at least twice a week, every week, because I'm always outside of Hamlin. I'm always near Greece, New York all the time. So, and also me looking after my older cousin, because his family wanted me to look after him so that he won't get sick, from this virus, and that he would be okay. So I'm always there for him, taking care of him. And he went out and had fun too. So we drove, to Hamlin. We was there for like a little bit. As I mentioned, Hamlin is like a nice country town. Like, actually, Hamlin is actually 12 minutes away from Greece, and Hilton is about 8 minutes. Like, Hilton and Hamlin is like 4 minutes apart from one another. Remember that highway that I showed you guys, in my last video that I did? Like, those two towns are on the same highway, on the Lake Ontario Expressway highway. Same highway, those two towns. And that's what I was telling you guys in the last video, because we drove through Hamlin. I didn't go to Hilton because I was in Hilton about 2 to 3 weeks ago. I went there to drive around because, like, I don't be, in Hilton too much. I don't be around Hilton too much, but I know a girl that is from that town, and I'm going to see her this weekend. But, I barely be in Hilton too much. But I was in Hamlin, to go home for a little bit and to check my mail. And then, after I left Hamlin, we went through a small town called Clarkson. This is way before you get to Brockport. And I've been to Brockport, a few times in my life. I went there trying to get myself back into college because, SUNY Brockport always have these college fairs every single year for people to come in to sign up for college. And like I've been, trying to, go back to college for the last few years. And I went to Cornell University in the past to sign up for college, to go back to finish my finance degree. And I've been to Brockport about 3 to 4 times throughout my life. And like, I haven't been to Brockport in about a few years. But we went through there, me and my male cousin, we went there, I had a good time, and I did most of the driving, and I haven't been driving for a long time. I've been driving for like 5 years. And this is July the 5th when I went to Hamlin and Brockport and Clarkson. And then when I left Brockport, I went to Sweden, and I actually went to Sweden like twice. I went to Sweden twice, and it's a very small, town, very small town. It's like almost near Orleans County. And speaking of Orleans County, we went through Holley, the town of Holley, because my older cousin, he really wanted to get a mobile home there, marginal homes there. So I'm gonna have a girl that I know to take us there, this upcoming Saturday. So I think that would be a very good time. I haven't seen the girl in a hot minute, but I just met her not that long ago. But she's gonna show us around. Show my male cousin and myself some marginal homes to look at in Sweden and Brockport, and I'm not too sure about Penfield, but that's where we're gonna be, this weekend, looking at marginal homes. And my cousin wanted to live out there for like a while, and I went to Kendall, the town of Kendall, and then we went to Murray. But the drive was like a couple hours, but I had a good time, and like my foot was like aching, because I haven't drove that far in about a minute, but I had a good time. And I went to a town called Bergen, which is in Genesee County. It's not that far from Medina and Batavia. It's not that far from those towns at all. But, I decided to, turn around and go back to Sweden, and then go back to Brockport, and then go back to Clarkson, then Hamlin. And then, like, after a while, we went to a town called Clarendon. We went to that town, and I knew that we was going to go to Clarendon, and it's very country out there. It's very different from how I grew up, in Syracuse. Very different environment, very suburban, very country, something that I'm not used to. But I like to, adventure. I like to have an adventure. I'm, very adventurous when it comes to, traveling, and I love it, and I can't wait to do more of that in the near future. Like, I want to drive around the whole entire state of New York, starting from northern, western New York, Finger Lake, Southern Tier, even near Kingston, New York, and then the downstate where New York is. I want to do a whole trip, going around the whole entire state of New York. I think that would be a very good adventure, and I believe it's probably going to take at least a week and a half, because New York is big. It's about 13 million people in New York State, so it's going to be a long journey. And this was a day after Independence Day or 4th of July, and I forgot to mention Brockport and Sweden and Clarendon during my Nature Power Walk video. I forgot to mention those towns to you guys last time, and we went past a town called Morton. We went past there, and then after that we went to Holley, and we had a very good time. I would love to do it again, and we're gonna go out there again this weekend. So that's what happened during my Independence Day weekend. So I had an okay weekend, but I feel like the next day, my day was a lot better. And I feel like the more I drive, I feel like the more better I get towards driving, because I haven't been driving for a very long time. I've been driving since I was 27, 28 years old, so it hasn't really been that long, and I think when you're older, you tend to pay more attention towards your driving, how you steer your wheel and your brakes and all that stuff. So you pay more attention to that, compared to when you start driving at 16. Because I didn't start at 16. I started at 27, 28 years old. So it was a lot more easier for me to drive now compared to back then, if I started driving in the early 2000s. But yeah, I had a very good weekend, this weekend, and I hope that everybody be safe this weekend. especially. I hope everybody be safe this weekend, and I hope that everybody have a very good week. And I know that this is the 9th of July, even though it's, technically not Independence Day. I'm going to say 9th of July because I'm recording this video on the 9th of July, and I was originally supposed to record on the 5th or 6th, but I was busy going out to Hamlin, going home. So that's where I was the whole entire weekend. And I hope that every one of you guys have a very good weekend. And I hope that you guys had a very good 4th of July weekend as well. Hope that you guys really enjoyed your weekend. I hope that you had very good barbecue. Hope you guys was able to see the fireworks outside of your homes, even though where I live, we can't do regular fireworks until probably next year sometimes. And I heard that 4th of July was a day of independence for the American people, except for the Black Americans. My ancestors and Black Americans, my ancestors, didn't get freedom until like June 19th, 1865, not July 4th, 1776. June 19th, 1865, and it was Juneteenth, when my ancestors, got the freedom. And I heard that they was going to make Juneteenth a holiday, which I wish that they would. I can't wait, because I always wanted to do like a Juneteenth march, within Syracuse and Rochester area, but that holiday was never talked about. And I didn't realize that Juneteenth, dealt with slavery at that time. I think I found more out about it when I turned, I believe 18, when I found out that Juneteenth dealt with slavery. And Black Americans back during those days was not independent, and they was not free. They were shackled until like 79 years later, where Black Americans was free. So it's a day of independence for this country here, when us Americans took our freedom from England, but my ancestors was still enslaved, controlled, didn't have no freedom at all. But I hope that they do make it a national holiday. But that's what the day independence comes from, the independence, 4th of July, freedom from England or Great Britain. So I hope they make Juneteenth a national holiday, because I'm very vocal when it comes to my ancestors not having enough freedom during that time. But I'm happy those days are behind us, but we will never forget those type of days, because to me personally, it saddens me sometimes. It really saddens me, majority of the time, because my ancestors did not deserve that at all. But the 4th of July was a day of independence from England, controlling our land. And that's how we learn how to speak English, but we speak broken English, but not with the accent that, British people have within their country, because we speak broken down. And like, I think most of us Americans and other people feel like, the British English language is like very nice, very clean, very proper, compared to our, American English. But, English has so many different dialects. And I never even realized that until like a while ago. But I feel like there's just a lot for me to learn within this day and age. But I just hope that everybody have a very good week this week and a good weekend. And happy belated 4th of July, 9th of July. Much love to everybody. All right. Peace and love to everybody, and you guys have a very good night. All right, good day, people, and peace to all.